yourself in child's pose. Lots of options here. Our big toes can touch. Our knees could be nice and wide or a little bit more narrow. Our arms reaching out in front of us can be more passive, letting gravity take over, or we could actively push into our palms to send our butts back toward our heels a little bit more. Child's pose is a nice place to think about our breath and our back. Perhaps bring your focus to the back of your rib cage, inhaling and exhaling. You can feel your ribs start to expand and contract around the breath. Leaving our lower half of our body where it is, we'll walk our palms in closer till we're lifting our chest off the earth. We're going to thread the needle in child's pose. It might be a little different than a thread the needle you're used to. Our left palm will stay on the earth. Our right hand's going to slide underneath our left hand. So our right shoulder comes towards the earth, right ear towards the earth, perhaps. Maybe still pushing in your left palm to send your butt back towards your heels here. Finding a little twist in our upper back. Sliding our right arm out from underneath us, we'll come to the other side. Right hand in front of us, left arm slides under for a little child's pose, thread the needle. Pushing into the right palm, we'll bring our left hand underneath us. We're coming to tabletop now so we can gather our knees together underneath our pelvis. Palms underneath our shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide. We'll drop our belly down, gazing up towards the ceiling, cow pose. Reversing that, doming our back, gazing back towards our pelvis. Cat pose. Cat and cow back and forth a few times. Arching and rounding our spine at a pace that works for us. Nice and slow is fine. Wiggling side to side is fine. And then coming to stillness, neutral tabletop. We'll leave our right palm on the earth. Our left fingertips are going to reach up towards the sky. And then we'll do a dynamic thread the needle. So our left fingertips will slide along the earth between our right knee and right wrist. And then we're going to come back right up to reach towards the sky. Lower those left fingertips down, threading the needle across. One more time, left fingertips up towards the sky. This time we'll thread the needle and we can hang out there a little bit longer. Maybe left shoulder comes to the earth, left side of the head. Often you find your hips wanted to sneak over to the right side. You want to keep the twist in our upper back. So thinking about sending your tailbone neutrally straight back behind us. Few breaths here. As we get comfortable, perhaps we can push into our right palm to bring our shoulders more perpendicular to the earth. Or be a little gentler with our body, and that's fine too. All right, sneaking out of here, we'll pull our left arm out from underneath us, coming to tabletop. All four again. Cat cow time. One more time. Not one more time, many more times. Belly drops down, gaze up, gaze down, chest lifts high, back and forth. Cat and cow. And then leaving cat and cow for a while, stillness of their tabletop, left palm into the earth, right fingertips up towards the sky, threading the needle 3 times so those right fingertips slide across the earth, then reach back up towards the sky, Thread the needle again. Up towards the sky. And then our final thread the needle will hang in a little bit longer. Right fingertips reach down, cross. Right shoulder to the earth, right side of the head, perhaps. Again, thinking about keeping our lower body neutral so our hips shoot straight back rather than sneaking over to the left side of our space. Pressing into our left palm to bring our shoulders more perpendicular to the earth if possible. Then using the strength of the left arm, we'll pull the right arm out from underneath us, coming to tabletop, all fours again. Gather your knees underneath you and your palms underneath you if they've got wiggled out of place. Marauding bear, which is side to side cat cow. So we're just gonna squeeze our left shoulder and left hip together, and then our right shoulder and right hip, left shoulder and left hip, right shoulder and right hip. Yes, one more time, left side and right side. Back to our neutral tabletop position. Our hips are gonna stay high over our knees. Our palms are gonna walk out in front of us for puppy dog. They can go as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe your elbows come to the earth, maybe your forehead or your chin or your chest if you're super duper bendy. Finding our puppy dog. All right, puppies, maybe you saw it coming. We're gonna try threading the needle in puppy dog. So I'm gonna walk both my palms a little bit closer, but they're still farther out than when they were underneath my shoulders. My right palm will stay on the earth, and my left fingers are gonna slide underneath, coming into a twisted puppy dog. Maybe you can reach your right hand back out in front of you for a full puppy dog once you're into your threaded needle. A bit of a pretzel pose, but good work, friends. Here for just a few breaths. And we'll slide ourselves back together, coming up onto all fours, maybe staying in our semi-extended all fours or finding yourself there after pause. We'll thread the needle on the other side. So right fingertip slide underneath left arm. Left hand reaches out far in front of you. Puppy dog, thread the needle. Good work. Pushing into your left hand. We'll bring that right arm back underneath us as well. Coming up to our regular tabletop, all fours. Gather your knees underneath your hips if they got out of place. From here, we're going to tuck our toes underneath, lift our butts up high, downward facing dog. It's our first downward facing dog, and this is gentle stretching class, so it can be a little bit of a messy one. That's fine with me. Maybe pedal one heel and then the other down towards the earth here. And gently, we're going to lower all the way back to tabletop, right away, knees to the earth, toes untucked. We're going to take our right leg and extend our right foot out behind us. And then we're crossing our right toes outside of our left toes. Look over your left shoulder at those right toes. Yes, good work, friends. It's just lovely to see all of you move in unison. So we're squeezing our left side body here, opening up our right side body in a little C stretch. gets tricky now. We're gonna pick up that right leg and we're gonna send it all the way out to the right side of your space. Yeah. All right, this next pose is called rolling panda, I promise. Your weight's gonna stay in your right hand. Your left fingertips, we've been working towards this, are gonna thread the needle reaching out towards your right toes. If this rolling panda thing isn't for you, you can just sneak those right knees underneath you and do regular thread the needle, but I think it's kind of fun. All right, pushing into your right palm, we'll pull our left arm out underneath us. Gathering, actually, we're gonna keep our right leg out there. I know what we're doing. We're gonna keep our right leg out to the side. We're gonna sit back into child's pose with an extended leg. So this child's pose might not look like other child's poses. Maybe your hips don't sink as far down to the earth because you've got this right leg sticking out to the side. But finding some place close to a child's pose, letting your head hang heavy towards the earth, feeling that stretch on the inside of the extended right leg. All right, stretchers. Our next stop is tabletop. So maybe you can lift your hips up and come back to all threes, pulling in that extended leg to all fours. You want to just roll over onto one side and then find yourself in tabletop. Fine by me. All stretching. Once we're in tabletop, we're going to take our left leg and send it straight out behind us. Reach it outside our right heel. Look over your right shoulder at it for a little C stretch on the opposite side. Squeezing right side body, expanding left side body. And then bringing our shoulders back to neutral over our palms, we'll pick up that left leg, swing it all the way around until it's sticking out to the left side of your space as much as possible, depending on how small your space is. Our weight stays in our left hand and our right fingertips thread the needle behind that left wrist, lowering down onto our right shoulder for rolling panda. Pressing into the left palm, we'll pull the right hand out from underneath us. Three-legged table. From here, we're going to sit our butt back onto our heels, our one heel for a leg out child's pose. Our palms can slide out in front of us. Our face comes towards the earth and you mount. Okay, pals, bringing our torso back up, palms slide underneath our shoulders, extended left leg comes in underneath us. We're in tabletop again. From here, we're gonna curl our toes under, extending our knees, hips up high, downward facing dog. Maybe wiggling around if that feels good, or finding a little stillness here. With a soft bend in our knees, we're gonna walk our feet to our hands or our hands to our feet, or meet in the middle for a hanging forward fold. So letting your head hang as heavy as it can. Your arms can dangle towards the earth or grab opposite elbows. Going for a stretch in the back of our legs here in our hamstrings. While we're hanging over, we can try to send our weight into our toes a little bit more. Feel how that changes the stretch in our legs. Maybe send your weight into your heels. Maybe a little bit to one side of your feet, the left or the right side. Figuring out where you want to be standing on your feet as we hang forward. Bending your knees enough that our hands can find the earth. We're gonna walk ourselves all the way out to the top of a push-up and then flop all the way down onto our bellies. Once we're on our bellies, we'll zip our legs together, big toes come to touch. And then we'll come to Sphinx Pose. So our forearms are on the earth in front of us, elbows underneath our shoulders. From here, we can try to shrug our shoulders up towards our ears and then back down our back, which means we'll grow our neck nice and long. Find some space between your ears and shoulders here. Any discomfort in your low back, you can try squeezing your glutes or just taking a little bit less of an intense back bend here. All right, friends, we have a shoulder opener coming our way. You've probably done it before. We'll start with our left arm. So laying down on our bellies, our left arm's gonna go straight out to the side like a T, and then we'll roll over onto that left shoulder. Perhaps you'll stack legs or your top leg will fall behind you. I'm gonna start a timer so I make sure we stay an equal amount of time on both sides. We'll be here for a little bit. So find a place that's comfy, maybe where your head's supported if you can't quite get it to the earth. Sneaking something underneath it or just letting it relax. Heavy versus holding it tightly in place. Okay, stretchers, we'll flop back onto our belly. Do a little back bend between sides. So coming to that Sphinx pose again, maybe gathering your legs together behind you so they're not super wide if they fell wider. A little space in our neck here again. If you've got a super bendy back, you're welcome to lift your elbows off the earth by pushing into your palms a little bit, or staying in the moderate back bend of the Sphinx. Trying to breathe here, even if you feel pressure against their belly. And then we'll lower straight down onto our stomach again. Other side, our right arm goes straight out to the side like a T. You figured it out. We'll flip on over to our right side body. Maybe our left leg will flop behind us or stack. Head can hang heavy towards the earth. Okay, we'll roll back onto our belly. Gather our right arm underneath us for Sphinx Pose yet again. So we're on our forearms parallel in front of us. We'll gather our legs together behind us. This time we're gonna bend our knees so our heels come towards our butt. And then work on internal rotation by opening our heels out to the side. Slumber party pose for sure. But you might feel like a little tightness in your low back because of how your hip flexors are being rotated as our heels fall to the side. So just a few breaths, feeling this work in our body. And then our heels can come together behind us. Our legs can lengthen long behind. We're going to do that shoulder opener only with a slightly different position of our arm this time. So again, we'll lay down onto our belly and roll onto our right side. But then rather than our left side first, our left arm straight out like a T. We're going to bend the elbow 90 degrees, so it's like a goalpost. You'll just feel a slightly different part of your shoulder working. So we'll put our left arm out to the side with a goalpost 90-degree bend in our elbow, and then we'll roll onto the left side body. Maybe you won't go quite as far. Feeling feelings in our shoulder, trying to let our head relax, not holding any tension in our legs or neck. Okay, we'll roll back onto our belly again. It's Sphinx Pose time again. Got something different coming your way though. So getting onto our belly, we'll grab our elbows underneath us, forearms parallel. I'm gonna, see me. Okay, I'm gonna take my right arm and kind of move it at 45 degrees just so that I have a little bit more balance in that. Because my left leg's gonna bend, kicking myself. My left arm's gonna reach for that foot and push it down towards my butt. If you can't quite grab it, that's fine to just think about the quad stretch there. Otherwise, we're grabbing our foot and trying to lower it down towards our butt any amount. Maybe feeling a stretch in the top of the left thigh here. Still having a nice long neck in our Sphinx pose as much as possible here so our shoulders aren't punched up into our, yeah, whoa. Okay, I won't make you hold that one that long. A little discomfort there, but it's good for us. We're gonna do our shoulder opener on the other side, right side this time with our 90-degree bend in our elbow. So coming to the earth, to our bellies, right arm out at a 90-degree bend, flopping on over to our right side. Yeah. Okay, athletes, rolling onto our belly again. Gathering our forearms underneath us for Sphinx pose again. Finding some length in our neck. Legs come together behind us. Our left arm can bring itself in for a little extra support across our body if that feels good. Our right knee bends, our right hand reaches back and grabs that right foot, pushing it towards our right butt. Woofda. Keeping our shoulders away from our ears. All right, we'll release that leg. We'll bring both arms forward. We'll bring our palms underneath us, coming to tabletop. Let's bring our knees to touch for a close knee child's pose. So we'll sit our butts back down with our knees touching, rounding over our legs, finding the opposite bend, forward bend of our back from all those back bends. Gently, we'll come back up to all fours. We can widen our knees again till they're hip distance apart. Let's do some cat-cows. So belly drops down, gaze up towards the sky. Doming back, rounding. Back and forth a few times at your own pace. Balancing out those back bends and counter pose. Okay, finding your tabletop again. I'm gonna cue us to a right leg forward pigeon. If you like to get to a right side forward pigeon some other way, be my guest. Otherwise, we'll go the gentle way. We're gonna take this right knee, slide it up to behind this right wrist. Our left knee will slide back a little bit. We'll think about sending this right heel forward any amount. Then our left knee can slide back more and more until we can lower down. So this is more like sleeping swan. It's some variation of pigeon that's a little bit less formal. Just finding some sort of forward bend over our bent right knee with our left leg behind us. Yeah. This will be a nice long hold too. So trying to find as much comfort as we can here. We're here for a while longer. We're towards the end, but perhaps you have some space to send your left leg even a little bit farther behind you, or to relax your chest slightly closer to the earth. Okay, to get out of here, I invite you to just fall onto your right butt cheek and roll yourself over that way until we can pick up this back left leg and swing it around in front of us. If that doesn't work for you, feel free to just roll over however you want. We're coming to seated upright with our left leg extended and our right sole of the foot in towards the front, or the inside of the left thigh. Sometimes I like to put my hands behind me to prop myself up a little bit more so I'm sitting nice and upright. Yeah. And then we'll just come to a gentle forward fold over this extended left leg. A little hamstring stretch here, a little low back fold. Okay, pals, up we get. Ugh. We'll gather that left knee underneath us. Come on over on the tabletop again. Oof. Taking your sweet time. Whew. Palms underneath shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees underneath pelvis, marauding bear, squeezing left shoulder and left hip together, then right shoulder and right hip, back and forth a few times. And then coming to our neutral tabletop, we'll pigeon on the other side. So get in there however you want, but I like to slide my left knee forward all the way up towards my left wrist. My right knee slides back. Then I reach back for my left heel and slide it forward any amount. Slide that right knee back a little bit more. Something to get you into this left knee forward position where we can collapse over it. Forward fold. Nice long hold here. So finding a way to feel as comfortable as possible. Maybe you want to stack your palms or fists to rest your head on it if you don't have a pillow nearby. Your head is hovering off the earth. Maybe if you find some discomfort in your left knee, for sure flexing that left ankle can help relieve a little bit of it. If this isn't working for you, we can always flip on over and do the same thing on our back. So I'll stretch it. For a little bit longer, maybe you can slide that right leg even farther back behind you or elongate your spine, lowering your chest even closer to the earth. Or maybe you need to back off and find a little bit more restful of a position. That's fine too. Nice and slow and gentle, we'll roll onto our left hip. Taking that right leg from behind us and sliding it around in front of us, or however you want to get to this position. Doesn't matter to me. Sitting up nice and tall here, maybe propping ourselves up behind with our right leg extended out in front, left sole of the foot on the right thigh. We'll forward fold over this extended right leg. Okay, nice and gently, we'll roll ourselves to upright. We're gonna extend both legs long this time. Soles of the feet to the earth. We're gonna roll back onto our back. You can also go to the side if rolling straight back doesn't work. Then we'll hug our knees into our chest. Rock side to side here. We'll send our arms up between our knees and then grab our shins or our ankles or the soles of our feet or big toes. It's happy baby pose, rocking side to side. Pulling down on our legs, so our knees come to the outside of our armpits. And then switching our grip again back to that cannonball position. Rock side to side a little bit more. And next time our knees fall to the right side of our body, we're going to let them fall all the way to the right side. Our gaze can come over our left shoulder, left arm could even extend away. Spinal twist. And super gentle, we'll come to the other side so knees can come up through the center, gaze back through center, knees to the left side of your space, gaze over your right shoulder. And then back to center one more time, gaze up overhead, squeeze those knees in nice and tight. And then we'll find a little final rest. So traditional Shavasana, if you like, you can extend your legs long. You can also keep your soles of the feet on the earth. Or any other little pose that isn't striving. So we're finding a place we can find pretty much relaxation. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades together underneath you. Let your legs fall wherever they want. Eyes can flutter shut or stay open. If you find your mind wandering to what's next or what already happened, paying attention to your breath, counting it in and out can help you stay present right here, right now for our final couple moments of class. Gently exhale out all the air that you can. Inhale slowly through your nose. And exhale through your nose or mouth, either way. Bringing movement back to your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. We'll nod our head side to side. As we're ready, you can roll on over to a fetal position on one side of your body, curling up here, exhaling all of our air out. Inhale slowly through your nose and out through nose or mouth. Using the strength of our arms, we'll push ourselves up to upright. Ready for sleepy time. Thanks for stretching with me. Have a good night. That's what I got.